Hi everyone, I hope you're doing really well. Bruno and I have come for a very gentle stroll up to the woods behind the house to pick some elderflower. I'm not going to lie, I'm not feeling too fantastic. There is a chance that I've got COVID as my taste and smell has disappeared, which is really annoying, especially when I'm about to make some elderflower cordial. I've spent the day so far resting inside, but it's such a beautiful day. It's nice to get out for a very slow, gentle stroll with a homemade mint tea from the garden, and yeah, we'll see how much elderflower we can find. So yes, you'll have to excuse the appearance for this segment of the video, but I thought I would bring you along with us because it's just such a beautiful early evening. Just through here are some beautiful wild roses. I wonder how many are left in bloom. I'm looking for heads that have been baking in the sun all afternoon, as my lovely neighbour who often makes elderflower cordial and lots of other foraged tasty things recommended picking the elderflower heads once they've had a good douse of sun, as it brings out all of the pollen. So these ones are definitely great for the picking. I've just got to work out how I can get to them. Managed to get a couple down from there. You can tell the ones that I have been picking already because as I've been picking them, the pollen has been falling all over me. Now these ones look a bit shady now, but I do know that this spot gets quite a lot of sun, so I'm going to get a couple of them from here. This one looks like a good one. It's nice and light and fluffy. I wouldn't want to pick any that are starting to go over like this, where you've got the brown, or something like this. You can see it's starting to go to seed. We have hit the time of year now where they are starting to go over, so if you're keen to make some elderflower cordial, I'd suggest getting out there as soon as possible. I absolutely love this time of the year when the woods is so frothy with weeds and nettles, but it just feels like it's giving you a hug. There's this incredible huge oak tree. Just think, how old is this tree? I'm aiming to pick about 30 heads. So far I've probably got a quarter of that, so the mission continues. Oh, it's bumpy here. This is the spot where I was hoping there would be some. It's almost at the end of the walk. So I'm going to take a last selection here and then head back to the garden where we do have a couple of self-seeded elderflower trees, where I can finish gathering what I need. I usually wear very practical footwear, but not today, clearly. I'm so close to these lovely ones. I'm just hoping to get through there. Got you. I wish I could tell you that these smell amazing. Sadly I can't smell them, but I imagine they do. We're almost back home now, and these hedges are just full, absolutely full of blackberry flowers. I will definitely be picking lots and freezing them again this year. I froze about 2 punnets last year, but really wish I did more and made some crumbles. Bruno spotted something, likely a rabbit. We're back and I think we've got a pretty good haul. I'm not sure if it's quite 30, especially not 30 large heads, but I think we've got enough. The recipe that I'm following asks for 3 unwaxed lemons, 2 oranges, citric acid, your elderflower heads, water and caster sugar. I'll pop the amounts on the screen. Okay, I'm going to very slowly make the elderflower cordial. I won't film what I'm doing, but I will show you how it turns out, so fingers crossed. And I'm pleased to report it was a success. It's the first time that I've made elderflower cordial, so I'm super pleased and I will definitely make it again. Good evening, I hope you're really well. It's now Wednesday and it's 7 and 27 degrees. It's been a really hot day. I've just had a quick poke around my potatoes that I've got in tubs here at home, and I pulled out a really lovely Charlotte second early potato, so I thought I would harvest some of those now for dinner, which is very exciting. Harvested my first spring onions too, and they look really big and juicy, which is so exciting. I am cooking the new potatoes for dins, and I've got a bonus harvest of chard, mange tout and 2 types of spinach as well, which I was not expecting to get tonight when I just really quickly popped to the allotment. So it's probably the first summer evening grub where most things we're eating, apart from the meat, everything we're eating apart from the meat actually, is from the allotment or the garden. So really happy. I just realised that I think I had mud on my face in that last clip. Apologies. It's so warm in here now because the potatoes are cooking and it's really quite warm outside still. Oh, that's such a tasty dinner, and it felt even more rewarding with the season that we've had so far. So to harvest all of those things for dinner tonight just makes it all feel worth it, and it's just like so exciting. It probably shouldn't be this exciting, and I have grown potatoes and other veg before, but this just feels different this year. But before I sign off for the evening, I thought I would show you what I've got growing vegetable-wise in our front border at home. I have planted out some cabbages, celery and beetroots. So yeah, I thought I'd show you how they're getting on. These 3 cabbages are a variety called Greyhound. I'm conscious that you are meant to protect them from pigeons, and we do have quite a few pigeons around here, but I think with them being in the flower border, they have been disguised, so they're just out in the open here. They were starting to get a little bit munched by a few slugs, so I have added some coffee grounds and eggshells, and that seems to have helped. What I'm also doing is just periodically checking the underside of the leaves for any eggs or anything sitting on there that's going to hatch any cabbage white butterfly. And I haven't spotted any yet. There's a little bit of sometimes white on the underneath of the leaves, and I think like this, and I think that's whitefly, so I just brush those off like this with my thumb and I'm hoping that does the job. I can see a naughty slug there. I think the coffee grounds and eggshells are helping because the rest of the cabbage is fine, but obviously this one's on the floor, so I think I might, well, I'm going to remove this slug shortly, and I might remove that leaf. Accompanying the cabbages in this border, well really they're accompanying the flowers, are these, I think they're a type of allium, and I cannot remember what the variety is, but I've got them kind of dotted around in numerous places, so we'll see. If anyone knows what they are, maybe you can remind me. And then also have hydrangea limelight in there. Got a couple of celeries dotted around. Another cabbage. This is definitely the one that's doing the best. It looks super healthy and is really starting to come together in the middle there. Now I could harvest some of these outer leaves and start eating them, which I might do to just get a little bit extra in terms of harvest. This is a Cape gooseberry, and it's, I believe, in the tomato family. It's had a bit of a spurt over the last couple of days, as it was struggling a bit there. Another celery and one there, and then a couple of beetroots that I transplanted out the other day, and they are not looking too happy. We'll see how they get on. I've got a very sad looking one over there as well. And this border has many roses of this same variety. I don't know what it is. They were here when we bought the house. They were absolutely gigantic, so overgrown, so I gave them a good hacking back. And the final thing I want to show you is how I've been tying up my tomatoes up against their support stick. So I'm growing a few tomatoes at the allotment in the polytunnel, but I thought I would also plant some out at home in containers. So I've got 4 planted, 3 in containers or pots, and a tumbling variety that's in a hanging basket. So I've just added support sticks against each tomato as I planted them out, and I hadn't actually tied them in for a little while, but they got to the point that they definitely needed tying in. And we often get elastic bands delivered with our post. So something just made me hook one over the top there and drag it down and twist it over the tallest branch. So I did this one the other day, and today I've just added this one. So you just drag it down and hook it over, twist it around, and then I've just kind of done a second hook over a leaf, so you've got double support there. And so far it's doing such a good job of supporting the tomato without damaging any of the stems. And this is another one that I've got in a terracotta pot with a very rustic stick stuck in it, and I've done exactly the same thing, but this one I've just done a single hook. I probably could twist that around like that and then hook it over one of these leaves, but so far it's doing okay with holding that in the right direction, and I'll just add another one as it gets a bit taller. But yeah, we've got the first flowers popping up, which is really exciting. So yeah, I thought that would be helpful if anyone's looking for ideas to support their plants. Hello. I have also underplanted the tomato plants with spring onions, and one of the tubs is looking almost ready to harvest now. I think they're a great combination to plant together. Thank you as always for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a little bit different. And I will be back very soon with another video back at the allotment, technically tomorrow in my time. I hope you're keeping really well, enjoying this sunshine, and I will see you again soon. Bye!